Okay, so today we will discuss a very important topic, and that is the future of Afghanistan. Well, as of now, the evacuation process in Afghanistan of people from the Western countries, that is USA, Germany, UK, Australia, is proceeding. Still, some Indians are yet to be evacuated. But strangely enough, I find that the number of Indians who are getting evacuated is very marginal. Every day there is a C-17 or an Air India landing at Kabul to bring back Indians, but the number of passengers is very, very less. In fact, the other day I was amazed to find that only 140 passengers are returning, whereas the C-70 has a capability of bringing about 300 passengers. So that's a big factor. Yesterday also we found that only about 60 odd Indians returned back, out of which there were about 21 Nepalese. So it's a big setback. In fact, I find that why is it so? And one of the reasons that I understand is that for the evacuation process to take place smoothly, you need the embassy to play a big role. But here, unfortunately, the Indian ambassador found it fit to return at the earliest along with his staff. By doing so, what has happened is the process for documentation, which is very important, the scrutiny of documents, ensuring that Indians are contacted, the process of evacuation, leading them to the airport, getting them together and into the airport, thereafter manifesting them for the aircraft in which they will board, all that there is something which is lacking. And for that I would feel that the Indian ambassador, by coming home early for his own safety, has done a big disservice. The next big aspect is yesterday night there were 2 explosions at the Kabul airport, and what we understand is that ISIS-K, K stands for Khorasan, is responsible for these explosions, suicidal bombs going off simultaneously, in fact one after another in a span of just 30 minutes. This is basically to spread terror and for ISIS to send a word that we also have a stake in Afghanistan. Taliban has already taken over Afghanistan, most of it, but ISIS, which is another faction, also wants to stake its claim. And what is this ISIS? ISIS, which is operating in Afghanistan, is an offshoot of the ISIS, which actually started in Syria and Iraq. And some of the militia, ex-Taliban fighters from Pakistan and Afghanistan have joined this covert operations of ISIS. In the last 1 year, they have had almost about 24 explosions they have created, including the massive explosion in one of the schools. And previous to that, 18 explosions in a year. So it's a big issue here. And Taliban and ISIS, I think in days to come, there will be a fight between the two. And Afghanistan is heading for a civil war, sure enough. And what about Panjshir? Well, Panjshir, as we know, is led by Abdul Masood, son of legendary Masood of 1996 to 2001. He fought against the Soviets and thereafter the Taliban. I particularly don't see the Northern Alliance or the front led by Mr. Masood and his allies in Panjshir to make too much of headway in Afghanistan apart from Panjshir. Unless, of course, they get external support and other allies from Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan joining them. If that doesn't happen, I think there'll be a kind of a stalemate. The Northern Alliance holding on to Panjshir and the rest of Afghanistan heading for some kind of a civil war. There's internal conflict as of now going on in Afghanistan already. And presently what we understand is Mullah Heptullah Akhundzoda. He is now the supreme commander of Taliban, and I am told that he is calling the shots. And all military decisions are being taken by him. The moderates like Abdullah and Mr. Baradar are in a kind of a house arrest, and if this is what's going to be, then things are going to be even worse after 31st of August. So all in all, let's see how it takes off from here. I must compliment the people who are manning the various assets in the Kabul air base, the civil air base, from where the evacuation is taking place. Thousands of people are getting evacuated on a daily basis, and hats off to the air traffic control, the ground crew, and all the people who are associated, including the security, for doing this humanitarian task and at such a large level, in spite of all odds. So I am appreciative of them. That's all for today. Thank you. Bye.